Do you know that Venezuela, their prisons are at the lowest point in terms of emptiness that they've ever been? They're taking their people out of those prisons by the thousands, and they're drunk. And just to get back, because I know exactly what you're getting at. Number one, we're doing criminals, and we're going to do them really.
See how he just had to stop himself mid bullshit there because he knows he's lying. That's why he just stops mid sentence so often, because it doesn't matter what the fuck he's saying because it's all fucking not true. Oh my God. Venezuelan crime statistics. The number of violent deaths has been declining for years in Venezuela. According to the group tallies, it's nearly 70% lower than it was in 2018, according to Roberto, whoever, founder, director of whatever. That corresponds with Trump's figure, but of course, that is much longer time frame than that predates the Biden administration. Well, shit, that doesn't fit the narrative. Come on. How are we supposed to blame this all on Biden? Jesus.
To do anything.
You raised the point that the logistics are complicated. You said it yourself. You would
but everything's complicated.
Yeah, you need 24 times more ICE detention capacity just to deport 1 million people per year, not to mention more agents, more judges, more planes. Is it realistic to deport everyone who's here?
No choice.
You listed literally every single fucking thing that was in that bill that he killed back in January of last year or this year. You know, the strongest border bill that's been put forward in decades, that was bipartisan and literally written by a Republican. It's almost as though that was the exact thing that you referenced just there. It's kind of funny that you don't actually bring it up or mention it by name. I'm sure that was stipulated before the interview started, that you can't actually fact check him on anything. But yeah, I'm sure she won't be mentioning that border bill that he killed.
Really?
Even though she literally just listed everything that was in the border bill. I just want to address this absolute fucking moron in my chat. A guy not in Congress and not running in a primary can't kill a bill. That's literally what he did, guy. When you literally turn your entire fucking political party into a cult, yeah, that's exactly what he did. I don't know. How about you take it up with Fox News, guy? Since they say the exact same thing. I mean, I know you don't believe me, a little libby libtard. But what about the saints and overlords over at Fox News that you worship? You're going to disagree with them too, even though they said the exact same thing? How? By telling them. He leads a fucking cult of brain-dead, spineless, dipshit Republicans that'll do whatever the fuck he says for them to do. He said, kill the fucking bill. Don't pass the fucking bill. However you want to phrase it, that's what he said, and then they did it. I can literally play you a clip of all the goddamn Republican senators in the House saying that, yeah, Trump told us to kill this fucking bill. Would you like me to play that? Hey, let's fucking play that. Where is that clip? There we go. And jump over here to the Discord.
I think the border is a very important issue for Donald Trump. And the fact that he would communicate to Republican senators and congresspeople that he doesn't want us to solve the border problem because he wants to blame Biden for it is really appalling.
I'm extremely disappointed in the very strange maneuvering by many on the right to torpedo a potential border reform bill. If we have a bill that, on net, significantly decreases illegal immigration, and we sabotage that, that is inconsistent with what we told our voters we would do. But it would be a pretty unacceptable dereliction of your duty.
That told me flat out, if you try to move a bill that solves the border crisis during this presidential year, I will do whatever I can to destroy you.
But I would acknowledge President Trump failed, along with Republicans, Paul Ryan and the guys. They failed in 2018 to actually move a border security bill to tighten this so that we weren't dealing with this crisis right now. They failed to actually get the wall built. President Trump signed 12 continuing resolutions after he said he would never sign another one if they didn't give him the money to finish building the wall.
Everybody who comes on this floor and says our border's broken, we should do something about it, you're absolutely right. And unfortunately, we didn't get there. President Trump opposed a Senate bill. We couldn't find a better way forward.
Huh. What was that last sentence the guy said there? What was that? All these Republican senators and Republican congressmen, what did they just say? Trump didn't like the bill? Huh. How's about that? Interesting, isn't it?
Republicans are very open to the Dreamers. The Dreamers We're talking many years ago they were brought into this country, many years ago. Some of them are no longer young people. And
what? People grow up? Holy shit. This guy should be president. This guy over here, I mean, he's spitting some facts, guys. Did you know that people don't stay the same age forever?
4 million families in America who have mixed immigration status. So I'm talking about parents who might be here illegally, but the kids are here legally. Your borders are.
You're talking about separation.
Yeah, well,
very good. Wow. Did you figure that one out all on your own? We didn't elect any old schlub here. We got fucking Sherlock running the show now.
So the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you have to send them all back.
Even kids who are here legally?
Well, what you're going to do if they want to stay with the father? Look, we have to have rules and regulations.
Gotta stay with the father. I love how the only member of a family that can be a criminal is the father. How many kids do you have again there, Trump?
I'll tell you what's going to be horrible. When we take a wonderful young woman who's with a criminal, and they show the woman, and she could stay by the law, but they show the woman being taken out, or they want her out, and your cameras are focused on her as she's crying, as she's being taken out of our country, and then the public turns against us. But we have to do our job. And
yeah, that's the real tragic part, you guys. Think of the bad press. God, where are your bleeding hearts for the real victims here? Trump not getting the proper props from the media. Put your hearts in his position. Wouldn't you feel so super bummed if somebody, they were just deporting some pesky legal citizen, and then that bitch made those stupid, cryy, sad faces that got the media all on her side, and then everybody turned against Trump? That would be the real tragedy here. Yeah. Good point there, guy. Good point.
During the debate, a man whose ratings have gone way down, David Muir, said to me, no, crime is...
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? His ratings have gone... I was talking to a guy the other day. By the way, this guy sucks at his job. His ratings are in the shitter.
You're talking about those FBI statistics.
Well, no, but he gave the wrong answer.
Confusing based on what you're looking at.
But a lot of that is migrant crime.
Let me ask you about another aspect of
oh my God, she fucking sucks. Let me go on to the next question since I'm not allowed to push back on any of your bullshit. I know these are the only interviews Trump will ever agree to do. That's why he's permanently on fucking Fox News, because they refuse to push back on anything ever. They live in an entire different fucking reality from the rest of us. But I mean, like, this is just fucking infuriating. Where she's just fucking sitting over there bug-eyed, just skimming over everything. Yep, I'm just gonna completely ignore that bullshit lie. Violent crime rate, as measured by the FBI, is about half as high as it was in the early 90s. The violent crime rate is far below its 1990s peak. Hey, look at that. It seems like it was a little bit higher there, Trump. How do you explain this? Oh, I don't know. Probably Biden's fault, right? Today, crime victimization rates are 1/3 of their peak level. Low estimate, mid estimate, high estimate. Let's go with a high estimate. Let's go with the super duper highest fucking estimate just to make him a little bit more satisfied, okay? Even then, way the fuck up here in 1993, way the fuck down here in 2022. But those are the fake numbers, guys, so pay no attention to them, okay?
Ended it. The purpose of that, though, to some extent, you talked about this at the time, was deterrent.
You also had it with Obama. You do know that.
He didn't have a zero tolerance policy.
And you also know he built the jails for children.
He didn't have a zero tolerance policy.
But in 2014, he built the jails. You know that.
I want to ask you about the zero tolerance.
Yeah, you know he built the jails, right? I mean, I just want to be perfectly clear. He built the jails. I didn't build the jails. I just put the kids in the jails. But I mean, hey, you know, details. But by Obama, he built the jails. Come on. Focus on the important parts. Who built the jails, not who put the kids in the jails. This isn't Fox, is it? No, it's NBC.
Tolerance policy. I mean, he didn't have a systemic, we're going to separate families. Families were separated when parents were a threat to the kids.
We don't have to separate a family. Excuse me, Kristen.
Yeah.
We don't have to separate families. Yeah. We'll send the whole family very humanely back to the country where they came. That way the family's not separated.
So no more family separations. You're not reviving the zero tolerance policy.
It depends on the family. The family may decide to say, I'd rather have dad go, and we'll stay here. And in which case they have that option.
But you're not going to revive
have that
your
option.
zero.
What the fuck does that mean? They have that option. So what? The family gets to vote on whether they all go back or just the criminal in the family goes back. Like, where his actual flushed out plans are somehow even dumber than his concepts of a plan line. These are his actual flushed out plans. Oh, the family will get to decide whether they all go back or how the fuck is that going to work? They get a vote?
So you're not, at this point in time, planning to revive that zero tolerance policy where kids are
Well, if you call
separated?
that, yeah, I'm doing what I just told you I'm going to do. You know, I don't want.
If you want to call it that. If you want to call it that. Sure, whatever you want to call it, Toots. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.